Okay, guys, as I'm laying here in bed, um, I had come across a post, and I'm not gonna, put any names because the point isn't to put anybody out there, but it was a post based on kind of like the new topic of gender fluidity, if you will, things like that, and the conversation or the topic, the original post that I came across was, they're coming for your children, things like that. And my response to it is that what we see now for um, citizens of gender reassignment, or however you want to put that, whatever the term is, this wasn't too far removed that society had the same thoughts about integration, gay rights, women's movements. So what are we doing if we are true patriots, if we're true humans? Every other person should enjoy what we hope to enjoy as far as life and our rights and freedoms. So when you hold those back from people, or your sentiment is to hold it back, you're doing not only them a disservice, but the people who came before you as a disservice, because almost every leg of society has had to struggle along the way as this country has built itself into what it is now, and the world. Deeper than that, as a parent, if you aren't keeping up with how society is changing, even if you don't agree with it, then you're doing yourself and your children a disservice. And the reason why is because this is what your children are going to grow into. And it's around them. You can't stop it no matter how much you want to, disagree with it. Disagreement does not mean it does not exist. As a matter of fact, your disagreement proves that it exists. So your best bet is to get a grasp and understanding of what it is that you don't agree with, and that way you can have like real talks with your children, because they may come to you with these questions, or they may come to you as these things you disagree with. And your best bet is to be prepared and be able to have a sound conversation with them, because if you can't have a sound conversation with them, much like we've seen with sex and drugs over the eons of time between teenagers' parents, if you just tell them don't do it because it's wrong, somebody else is going to tell them why it's okay, and why it gives a larger explanation than just Jesus or because I said so. I know that's going to hit a lot of people weird, but it's true. You have to be able to have like real conversations, make it make sense, and you have to come from a place of education and understanding. So you have to learn these things, because when your children, if you are a parent and you have these things, even if you don't, if you're a teacher, if you're a coach, if you're just a mentor, an uncle, the parent down the block, or the person down the block who sees the kids struggling, have have that knowledge. Our job, our reason for being here is not money, it's not riches, it's not fame, it's to keep our species going. And the best way to have your species continue to flourish is to educate and teach them in the best way possible. Again, you don't have to agree with it, but you better have an idea, because this is what essentially killed dinosaurs. If this were, they didn't adapt, or they couldn't adapt. Now, that's a different sort of thing, but if you just in theory, things die off when they cannot keep up or adapt to the current climate of things. So this is the current social climate of things. And when you have children, or you are an influencer of children or around children, then you owe them that. This is how we make teachable moments, and this is how we can also learn. So guys, don't push things out as just I don't agree with it, based off of your own biases. Your own biases are just your biases, but we have an entire world full of reality going on. So your perception is not reality, and your children's perception will not be yours, because they are living and growing in a different age than what you grew into. So it's not enough to say, well, in my day it was like that, or because I said so, or because Jesus, or because whatever else. or because I'll cut you off, you won't have money, or I won't help you out. If the human spirit is deeper than all of those things. So you can scare, threaten, and give illogical answers for so long, but after a while, people will go seek their own truths, and there's a whole lot of people willing to tell them what you won't. And if you are the person that they are supposed to come to and trust the most, then you have to be prepared. So I'm going to leave it at that. Um, if you have any comments, that would be great to see them down in there. And again, these are not any different. It's a new name, but it's the same story. A group struggling to find their place with equality within society and enjoy the same rights and freedoms that a lot of other people who are still in a lot of ways struggling. But you get the picture. I'm going to stop rambling. Peace, love, unity, solidarity.